All right, so today I want to talk to you guys about having the hard conversation because this is a big issue that I think a lot of people struggle with, and it's something that is quite important because a lot of people do fall off track with their progress, especially when it comes to peer pressure from friends, from family members, from, whoever it is, work colleagues, encouraging you to eat certain things or encouraging you to have a drink or come on, just have one, just get takeaway, all these things. And, again, at the end of the day, people don't like conflict and don't like to say no, or they don't want to do it. But, if you are serious about your goals and there's something you want to accomplish, firstly, you're going to learn to need to start saying no to certain things, okay? Like, people are going to push back and, people are going to push back. Your friends are going to keep trying to be like, come on, just have one, just do this, just, come on. And one thing you have to, be aware of is just learning to say no, firstly, right? And not like, oh, nah, I don't want to have a drink, I'm trying to be good, or, oh, I don't think I'm going to have one tonight. Because, you saying that willy-nilly, like, oh, I just don't want to have one, oh, I don't know, like, people are going to try and force you to do it because you seem so casual about it, right? So one thing, firstly, is learning to put your foot down and saying no. And when people are trying to encourage you, come on, just have one, just lighten up a little bit. Learn to push back, all right? Learn to put your fucking foot on the ground and say no. I give the example all the time about my friend for my birthday. He's like, come on, mate, let's go ahead and do some shots. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to do my shots for my birthday. He goes, come on, it's your birthday. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to drink. He's like, oh, Tice, don't be boring, just have one. And I was like, I don't want to fucking drink, man. I told you I don't want to have a shot. If you want to have a shot, go and have a shot. But I do not want to drink. And I said it quite sternly. And then, he's like, oh, relax. All right, fine, whatever. And it's just because I had to fucking push back and put my foot down, People are going to keep trying to fight you and be like, oh, you learn to put your foot down and say no, right? People don't do this because like, oh, I don't like conflict. There's a difference between conflict and not having a backbone, Also with conflict, you're not having conflict with a friend, okay? If they are your friends, you can sometimes have uncomfortable conversations that you do not agree with. Conflict is when there is a lot of emotion involved, and if they're like, oh, come on, have a drink, and you're like, I don't want to fucking have a drink, and they're like, oh, you've got to have a fucking drink, rah, and you're yelling at each other, different story. That's conflict. You don't get into yelling arguments with your friends about not wanting to drink or doing drugs or, just general things, like about things you feel strongly about. Even politics. I don't think people are screaming at each other if they're your friends about politics, right? We have disagreements. We may not see eye to eye with our friends in certain things, but it is not conflict, okay? It is just a bit of it's a bit of, not even an argument, like a bit of tension there, but it's not conflict, right? So learn to say no and to push back, because what, they're going to stop being your friend because you fucking pushed back and told them to stop asking you, or told them to stop trying to force you to drink? You think they're going to push back from that? And you think they're going to not like you anymore? Because they're a shit friend, You're trying to do something for your health and they're not going to encourage that? Bullshit. So remember that. Secondly, you need to learn to have conversations with friends, family, and colleagues about your goals and asking them to support you. Because I can almost guarantee that none of you have sat down with a friend or a colleague or whatever and said, look, I'm really serious about trying to get healthy at the moment. I'm really serious about trying to cut out the temptations or cut out my food. I need you to support me. Can you please not offer me a drink? Can you please not bring in tempting foods? Can you please help me stay on track? Can you do that for me? How many of you have actually had that conversation? Because I can almost guarantee none of you have, okay? You will be at a bar or a pub or whatever and be like, oh, nah, I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to diet. And you just say it so casually, nah, I'm just trying to do this. Everyone's been through a dieting phase. Everyone's been like, oh, I'm going to get on a diet. I'm going to do this. People don't stick to it. And so their assumption is that you're like, oh yeah, no, Tyson's trying to diet, whatever. And like in their head, they've done this before. They haven't stuck to it. They don't care. Same thing for you. Just relax, whatever. Who gives a shit about it, right? Because you haven't had an actual conversation and because you've said it so offhandedly, they just think you're not serious about it. And when you actually sit down and have a conversation with someone and it is a proper conversation, people will understand you are serious about something and they're going to support you, especially when you ask them, hey, do you mind supporting me? If they don't, they're a fucking shit friend, you know? Like, I'm not going to tempt any of my friends to come out and eat shit food or to go out and drink with me. I don't drink much, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to do that if a friend asks me to, you know? It is what it is. And it's like the perfect example. So for me, full disclosure, you know, I just smoke a bit of weed because of my ADHD and I try and turn off at night. That has been something I'm trying to cut out, okay? So I said to my partner, I said, babe, I can't do this. Like, I don't want to smoke this anymore. You can, but I don't want to. I need you to hide it from me and I need you to help me stay on track. She goes, okay, no worries. As soon as you go to the gym, I'll hide it all for you. So she hid it all for me, being very supportive. She goes and still has hers because she has no issues with it for herself, you know, doesn't cause her any issues. For me, I'm just like something I don't want to rely on. So when she has it, she doesn't go, come on, babe, just have one. Just have it with me, you know? Just enjoy yourself. Just relax. Just turn off. No, she's supporting me. And the same thing, if she asked me that, or she told me she was trying to go to the gym more, I'm going to encourage her. I'm not going to say, oh, who cares about the gym today? Just sit at home with me, just watch TV, just eat shit food. If she was trying to diet, the same thing. I'm not going to fucking try and put food in her mouth because guess what? She sits down with me and she has a proper conversation. The same thing I would do with her, the same thing you do with colleagues, the same thing you do with friends, anyone who you think would be tempting or, you know, would tempt you or cause any, you know, pushback or anything like that, just learn to have the conversation, okay? Learn to have the conversation. Text your friends, be like, hey, look, hey guys, I know I'm coming out for drinks this weekend, but I'm really trying to stick to my diet. Can no one please offer me a drink? Like, it's really hard for me at the moment, and I just need your support this weekend if you guys can please help me. Who's gonna say something like negative or be like, oh, fuck that, man. I'm not gonna support Tyson. Like, what, he thinks he can be healthy? Fuck him. Why are we going to invite him? Like, they're your friends. Friends are supposed to support each other. If you had a friend who told you they were going to try and run a marathon and they're trying to get some sponsorship, are you going to help them and support them? I would assume so, you know. If they told you, hey, I'm going to be starting dieting, I assume for you, you'd probably want to support them. And it goes the opposite direction too. Like, they're going to want to support you. But it's about not being offhanded or, you know, just like something you throw around about, oh, I'm just, you know, I'm dieting, whatever it is. Like, be serious about it. You know, you've got, like, if this is your goal and you're serious about it, you will make the conversation happen. You know, you will talk to the people that could possibly be throwing you off track or that will throw you off track. You'll be willing to have those, and they're not like, they may feel like a weird conversation, but this is what friends and family and partner, like, they're there to support you, just like you're there to support them. Some people may not understand. They may even forget because everyone's got their own shit that they're focusing on. Not everyone's always going to remember that, oh, Tyson's dieting, better make a better choice for him. No, everyone's focusing on themselves. So you may have to remind people sometimes, but just be like, hey, can you please support me, okay? It's funny because when we use words like that, please support me. Can you help me? Do you mind help keeping me on track, you know? Basically asking for help and support, people do it. When you're like, nah, I'm trying not to drink, the people aren't taking it seriously. And so it really is about the choice of words that you're having, you know? And again, sometimes you're gonna have to remind those same people again and again. And if your partner keeps bringing in food to tempt you, sit down, have the conversation with them again, right? If your partner isn't gonna support you, then what the fuck, man? You know? That's what you're in a partnership for. You're with someone who has values similar to yours. You're with someone who I'm assuming loves you. And if they love you, they will support you with your goals, okay? Same as friends. Not all friends will. You're going to discover who shit friends are and who good friends are. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, the more you guys think about, you know, having that conversation and organizing time to do it, not just keep putting it off, it's going to be more beneficial for you. All right? So get out, or like, you know, get out there and organize the conversations with people you're going to have. Even if you're like just texting them, like, you know, if you don't want to have that face-to-face, just text them. Say, hey, just want to give you a heads up. I'm dieting at the moment. I'm trying to be really strict. I know we usually go out on the weekends and drink, but I'm trying to make some good choices. Can you help me? You know, can you come in for a walk with me on the weekend instead of us going out and drinking? Simple things like that. They go a long way. Cool. So I hope this video was helpful. Hope you guys are going to, you know, go out and have that conversation that needs to be had and, you know, just go and do it. It's going to benefit you in the long run. Cool. Till next time. Speak to you then.